You said you don't know me, and you don't wear my shades. Oh yeah.
So the Rays get it done. A big 3-run home run for Longoria and the walk-off game-winning home run for Jose Lobaton in the bottom of the ninth. And they'll force a Game 4. 2 Game 4s tonight inside the American League. No NL action today. They'll play Game 5 of that Cardinal-Pirate series from St. Louis tomorrow night. And, of course, the Dodgers have already moved on. They take out the Braves in 4. They will appear in the NLCS. 5 o'clock tonight, the A's will have a chance to dispose of the Tigers in 4. Straley on the mound for Oakland. And Pfister makes the start for the Tigers. And at 8:30 tonight, Tampa Bay once again looks to stave off elimination and force a Game 5 while the Red Sox look to end it in 4. Jake Peavy will pitch for the Red Sox tonight, and Hellickson will make the start for Tampa Bay. Here's our friend Michael from West Kendall. Good morning, Mike.
Sid, what would you like to talk about this morning? The Affordable Care Act, addiction in the form of fantasy sports? Because to me, that's gotten way out of control.
Well, tell us, just so the audience knows exactly what you're talking about, Michael, and you're a very eloquent and articulate speaker. Tell everybody exactly what's bothering you about that this morning.
Well, Sid, I try as often as possible to get up with my brains attached. And this thing with fantasy football...
Which, by the way, if you're going to call this show, you must do. Now, if you call 560 and speak to Joe Rose or call 790 and speak to Hockman and Zaslow, that doesn't have to be the case. But here, it has to be somewhat attached.
It's kind of a requirement.
Right, kind of, sure.
I'm with you, kiddo. You know, with fantasy sports, and this has a lot to do with the acrimony and some of the acting out that occurs in the stands during games because money's involved. And one of my favorite Groucho Marx comments is, love goes out the door when money comes innuendo.
That is a great one. That is a great one.
Groucho, not me.
Yeah.
But, Sid, the problem becomes now they even have insurance, which I was shocked to find out yesterday, to the point that if you have a player in fantasy football and that person, and you buy insurance, and that player is disabled for like more than 9 weeks,
yeah,
you receive money back because of how that could have affected your season.
I know.
Now, I'm a little bit of a football purist. You know that my all-time heroes in football are Terry Bradshaw and Joe Green.
I did not know that. I knew that Roberto Clemente is your baseball hero, but staying in the world of Pittsburgh, it would make sense that Bradshaw and Mean Joe Green, that makes sense, yes.
And one other baseball hero who I also loved, and I hope you saw him play, was Willie Stargell, Pops.
Of course. So that 1979 team, Stargell and Rennie Stennett and Manny Sanguillen and Dave Parker and Bill Robinson, Johnny Candelaria. I remember those teams very, very well. Stargell was a phenomenal ball player.
And a phenomenal human being who died from sickle cell anemia.
Yeah. And they all loved him. I mean, there's a reason why that Sister Sledge song, We Are Family, was their theme song. They really did love each other, specifically Willie.
And that's one of the things I think that, if anything, characterizes me. And I listened to you with Jim Kelly the other day. Yes?
Yes.
And the thing about this fantasy stuff, I mean, to me, it perverts what sports is supposed to be all about.
Of course it does. Of course it does.
Turns into gambling, Sid, and it's something that infuriates me. These people that are new, these fans that are new to the game.
Yeah.
Next year will be my 60th year of watching pro and college football.
Yeah, but you know what, Michael? God bless you, and I mean that sincerely. I do love you. You're not part of the majority. The fact is, it is about gambling on football. The reason why the National Football League, for example, is as popular as it is only about gambling. That's it. I don't want to hear these guys that say, well, wait a second, I've been watching the Bears since Sid Luckman. I've been watching the Cleveland Browns since Otto Graham. I've been watching the Dallas Cowboys since Don Meredith. I never gambled on a football game in my life. You're dying, okay? You're a dying breed. Everybody gambles on football. You may not be laying the points for 2,000 this weekend, but like Michael was just talking about, you've got fantasy players involved. So whether it's an individual basis, a team basis, the only reason why football is as popular as it is, the only reason is gambling. The reason why the guy on the East Coast that's a diehard Dolphin fan, Jet fan, and or Giant fan buys a DirecTV NFL package to make sure he's got the Raiders and Chargers at 4 o'clock is gambling. He's either got 2 times on San Diego or he's got Phil Rivers as his starting quarterback. Bottom line. Tommy, what's going on?
Sid, how you doing?
Good, man. What's going on with you?
Yeah. Hey, I think Mike left out one thing, Dick Hardners. I know you like to talk about that.
I do. I often do talk about that. That's right, because that is a very important part of males' lives. That's right.
But that's not why I called. Hey, just want to say I think one of the best baseball stories and probably one of the best turnarounds of all time was the L.A. Dodgers, Clayton Kershaw getting it done last night.
Yeah.
They're through. And,
I don't think it's one of the greatest. I actually think, and you make up a very good point, Tommy, I think in terms of a statistical data, I think it is, in fact, the greatest turnaround. This is a team that was 9.5 behind Arizona, playing sub-500 baseball in May, ran away with the division by double digits, and is now already inside the NLCS.
Well, it's not just about the money that they put out as well. It's you got to escape the injury factor. You got to escape slumping hitting, slumping pitching, which they escaped all that in the second half here. So congratulations to them. Now I hope Charlie Morton threw a great game last night for Pittsburgh, but I really hope Pittsburgh gets past St. Louis. I still feel the sting from St. Louis getting in as a wild card and then having home field advantage against the Texas Rangers. I really think that had a huge deal to do with Texas losing that series.
I agree.
So, good luck to Pittsburgh. We are family. I want to see them get back into the playoffs and hopefully the World Series.
All right, Tommy, thank you. That Game 5 coming up from St. Louis tomorrow night. Once again, the rookie, Mike Wacha, an outstanding job for the Cardinals yesterday. Went into the 8th with a no-hitter, gave up a solo home run to Pedro Alvarez. That's all the Pirates would get on this night. And the Cardinals beat Pittsburgh 2-1. Game 5 from St. Louis tomorrow night. And the rookie, Shelby Miller, practically unbeatable at home in St. Louis this year, will toe the rubber for the Cardinals. Game 4 coming up tonight from Detroit. A's have a chance to knock out the Tigers. Game 4 coming up tonight from Tampa Bay. The Red Sox have a chance to knock out Tampa Bay, and the Dodgers have already disposed of the Atlanta Braves. And, of course, the big story last night, Monday Night Football, Jet rookie quarterback Geno Smith throws 3 touchdowns. And I'm telling you, folks, I didn't speak to anybody yesterday who really thought the Jets had a chance against a desperate 1-3 Atlanta Falcon football team on the road, Monday Night Football. But the Jets get it done. And Dolphin fans, guess what? Jets have the same record as you. 888-640-9385. Back with hour number 2 right after this.
You're hearing 640 Sports.
640 Sports.
Live now.
.com.
Listen live online, on iPhones, Androids, everywhere.
36-month leases with 4,000 trade equity. No security required. Excludes tax, tag, title, registration, and includes dealer fees with approved credit. Pre-owned prices. Offers on select models and can't be combined.
Trade-a-thon is going on now at Toyota of Hollywood. Use your trade equity of 4, 6, 8, over $10,000 for your trade and get into a new Toyota at Toyota of Hollywood. Just listen to these payments with any trade worth $4,000. A new 2014 Toyota Camry L, $109 a month. $109 a month. A new 2014 Toyota Corolla L, $59 a month. $59 a month. Don't have a trade? Buy a 2013 Camry LE for only $15,777 or a 2013 Corolla LE, $11,777. Use your trade equity of 4, 6, 8, over $10,000 for your trade and get into a new Toyota during Trade-a-thon at Toyota of Hollywood on 441 between Hollywood Boulevard and Sheridan Street. Sale ends Monday.
Timothy Bradley and Juan Manuel Marquez both defeated Manny Pacquiao and are now putting it all on the line.
What is Timothy Bradley made of?
A steal.
A sensational right-hand knockout by a bloodied Juan Manuel Marquez. And that is the keystone moment of his career.
2 top pound-for-pound fighters meet for the World Welterweight Championship. Bradley versus Marquez, Saturday, October 12th at 9 p.m. Eastern and 6 p.m. Pacific, live on pay-per-view.
It's fight week, which means the time has come for Timothy Desert Storm Bradley and Juan Manuel Dynamite Marquez to step into the ring this Saturday, October the 12th, live from Las Vegas. A World Welterweight Championship is on the line with the unbeaten Bradley out to prove that he deserves to be considered one of the best pound-for-pound fighters in the game today. Marquez is out to make history and an entire nation proud by becoming Mexico's first 5-division champ. Don't miss it. Bradley versus Marquez this Saturday at 9 p.m. live on pay-per-view.
Oh, no, government shutdown and Obamacare. Hey, listen, you got enough to worry about. Stop worrying about your health. Take responsibility. Nature Bee pollen from Clean Green New Zealand is the answer. Gang, I'm Mike Buck, and I'm here to tell you, Nature Bee's vitamins, aminos, minerals, and antioxidants will cure you of that fall flu before you know it. $99.95 plus delivery gets you a 6-month supply. 3 more months are for free, all with our money-back guarantee. And the best way to hook up is to get online right this minute at a great website, Nature Bee. That's naturebee.com.
All right, when I start saying all these different things here, board certified, Nova Dental School faculty member, graduate of the prestigious Tufts University in Boston, all those credentials can point to one man and one man only. Is that right, Eric?
Of course, Dr. Ronnie Katz.
Well, you want money, aren't you? You want money. He's done a great job by me twice. Second time, he had to pull 4 wisdom teeth, dental implant, Botox, and shave off a benign piece off my tongue. Did an amazing job. Your boy Johnny Burns has been there. Now my guy Bruce from Great Neck, used to be Mitch's from Mitch's West Side Bagels. Now Bruce from Great Neck, he's heading over there. I mean, everybody's talking about Ronald Katz. And I tell him the reason why Ronnie's the best in the business is when he does his oral surgery, he does not use a scalpel. Instead, state-of-the-art, minimally invasive, radio wave, radio frequency surgery technique. Now, what do all those fancy words mean to a layman like you, Eric? What it means is minimal bleeding, minimal pain, minimal swelling, and quicker recovery. He's also got the 3D cone beam CT technology with the lowest radiation in the business. He removes wisdom teeth early. He replaces missing teeth with dental implants, does all of the maxillofacial surgery stuff, including broken jaws, broken faces, broken noses, broken eye sockets, all of those sports-related injuries. Even does TMJ athletic Under Armour mouth guards and all the cosmetic procedures like Botox and Juvederm and mole removal. In fact, we got to get that done when we get back from Vegas, Z-Mac and I.
Yeah, Z-Mac needs it.
Yeah, he does. He does it all. Also, on top of that, CJ Vaca sending me a nice message this morning. He's got a beautiful office located in West Boca Del Rey by the Murakami and American Heritage. He does accept both your medical and dental insurance, a very detailed website at bocajawsurgery.com. Feel free to call my friend Ronnie today. He's at 561-499-3331. Like I found out twice now for myself, you'll find out why he's the king of oral surgery. He is Dr. Ronald Katz.
From division titles to championships, the Yankees offer a history of excellence. Only Edmore's Cadillac in Delray Beach can rival such a legacy. Get certified Cadillac service and a price match guarantee on all service work, including tires. Mention 640 AM and get 15% off your service or maintenance purchase. Plus, receive a free Cadillac baseball cap. Edmore's Cadillac in Delray Beach, the #1 volume Cadillac dealer in the southeastern United States. Click Edmore'sCadillacDelray.com. Based on 2012 total group retail sales. Discounts cannot be combined. 1 cap per customer.
Hi, this is Mike Lang from Air Around the Clock, here with the great partner of our business, Adam from West End Plumbing. When my guys are out on a job and a customer asks us to recommend a plumber, we recommend West End Plumbing. Right, Adam?
Right, Mike. If you're faced with a plumbing emergency, our guys at West End Plumbing will answer your call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Clogged drains? We'll unclog them. Leaky water heater? It won't leak after one call to West End Plumbing. That toilet you wanted replaced? Call West End. We're fast and we fix it right the first time, every time, and at a price that you'll love. Call 855-755-1033. That's 855-755-1033.
Call our friends at West End Plumbing. Call 855-755-1033. Call the prompt, professional plumbing people, West End Plumbing. And tell them Mike Lang sent you. 855-755-1033. 855-755-1033. Call today.
Are you invested properly? Get a second opinion. To locate the Edward Jones financial advisor nearest you, call 1-800-ED-JONES or visit edwardjones.com. Edward Jones, making sense of investing. Member SIPC.
640's own Sid Rosenberg Show is on the air.
640 Sports.
Those daring U.S. raids and what we know about the suspect now in custody. NBC's chief foreign correspondent Richard Engel is here in New York with the latest on that. Richard, good to see you.
Good to see you. U.S. Special Forces had a very busy weekend. 2 high-profile operations. These operations were conducted in secret, but once you do them, everybody knows. And in one of these operations, they managed to capture one of the United States' most wanted terrorist suspects.
Retribution for the massacre in Nairobi.
Last month, gunmen from the Somali terrorist group Al-Shabaab took over a shopping mall in the Kenyan capital, and over 4 terrifying days killed more than 60 hostages. On Saturday, the Navy SEALs paid the group a visit, attacking by boat one of Al-Shabaab's hideouts on the Somali coast, a lawless haven for terrorists and pirates. There was a heavy gunfight. The SEALs called in attack helicopters for extra firepower and then withdrew. The SEALs killed at least 2 militants, but reportedly missed their target, the leader of Al-Shabaab. But in a nearly simultaneous, and U.S. officials say uncoordinated operation also in Africa, U.S. Special Operations Forces did get their man, capturing Abu Anas al-Libi, one of al-Qaeda's most senior leaders, indicted by a federal court in New York for the 1998 bombings of American embassies in Kenya and Tanzania.
Those members of al-Qaeda and other terrorist organizations literally can run, but they can't hide.
U.S. commandos in 3 vehicles approached al-Libi in a car in Tripoli, Libya. U.S. forces smashed the car's windows. Al-Libi reached for a gun, but was quickly overpowered in a rare snatch-and-grab operation.
It's vital for the U.S. to take down individuals who have deep and long-standing ties to al-Qaeda, especially those who are now located in places like Libya.
Abu Anas al-Libi is one of the founding members of al-Qaeda, a deputy of the late Osama bin Laden. There had been a $5 million bounty for his capture. The government in Washington may be shut down, but U.S. counterterrorism operations have not stopped.
Hush now, don't you cry. Wipe away the teardrop from your eye. You're lying safe in bed. It was all a bad dream spinning in your head. Tricked you to feel the pain of someone close to you leaving the game of life. So here it is, another chance. Wide awake, you face the day, your dream is over. Or has it just begun?
2 daring raids by our government, CIA, FBI. We get one of the guys in Libya. Again, there was a $5 million bounty on this guy's head, whose middle name is Anus, mind you. I guess I call him Anas, but Anus. Got that bastard. But in Somalia, we came by boat and it went bad in a hurry. We had to retreat. So got it done in Libya. Did not get it done in Somalia. But once again, the Americans, we are out there trying to kill our enemies. Also, I do want to send a quick shout out to Angel from the AT&T store in Boca by the Home Depot there. I got a new phone yesterday. I had the 4S forever, and I've graduated to the 5 now. Not the 5C, not the brand new one, the 5C, but the 5S. Which I think on my plan, because Danielle, myself, and Gabe and Ava all have phones on Dan's business, it's like $100 for this phone. I think it's $200 for the new one for the 5C, which I heard you said Footy was complaining about a couple of days ago.
I heard him bitching and complaining and said that he wished he would have stuck with his 4S or whatever.
Well, no, the 5S is great. It's a little better than the 4S, but it's the same phone. I guess the 5C is a little different. But nevertheless, Angel, listening this morning from the AT&T store, got a bunch of phone calls here, obviously. Again, if you missed it last night, the A's beat the Tigers. Oakland now up 2-1 in that series. Game 4 from Detroit coming up at 5 o'clock tonight. Cardinals behind Mike Wacha beat the Pirates 2-1 to force a 5th and deciding Game 5 from St. Louis coming up tomorrow night. The Rays came back not once but twice, beat the Red Sox 5-4. They forced a Game 4 in Tampa coming up at 8:30 tonight, and the Dodgers have made quick work of the Braves. Clayton Kershaw on 3 days rest led the Dodgers to a 4-3 win last night, and the Dodgers already a date in the NLCS. They'll take on the winner of the Pittsburgh-St. Louis game on Wednesday night on Friday night. Here's Eric in Miami. Hello, Eric.
Good morning, Sid. How are you doing today?
Good. Not as good as you. Your Jets won big Monday Night Football. How about all the talk about the Dolphins? They were 3-0, and going into Week 6, the Jets have the same record as the Dolphins. How about that?
That's, we didn't make we didn't spend all those millions of dollars this offseason, getting all those great players off Super Bowl teams that are hurt. You know what I mean?
Not only that, not only did you not spend all that money, you fired your GM, your coach is a lame duck coach, you're forced to start a rookie quarterback. I mean, guys like me thought you'd be lucky to go 4-12, and here you are 3-2, fresh off a big road win.
I can't forget, got rid of Tony Sperano. Sorry about that, Tony.
That's a big help. Although he's doing and by the way, he's doing a decent job out in Oakland with Terrell Pryor.
Yes, he is, and we won by a field goal. His mantra. Okay,
that's right. But you also had plenty of touchdowns last night. Geno Smith did throw 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I had to mentally prepare myself. Sid, I know I called you on Friday and said we had no chances, only because I knew that Tony Gonzalez was going to go for so many yards. He was going to catch everything thrown at him. That guy has the strongest hands in the NFL. That guy's a beast. He's a beast. It's going to be sad to see him go. And I ultimately respect Tony Gonzalez, but wow, can't cover the tight end in this league.
Well, that's fine.
It's pretty hard.
Look, at the end of the day, you know Tony Gonzalez is going to get his. Most days, you know Julius Jones is going to get his. But even with all that said, the Atlanta Falcons, now 1-4, have proven to be entirely beatable.
But let me tell you this, Sid. When I saw Geno on the sideline pumping up his offensive line, wow, he had 3.5 seconds to throw the ball. Did you see the protection that he received last night?
And he did do that. They did show that, Eric, which shows that, and thank you for the phone call as always, E, that he's got that leadership ability, which, by the way, is probably why when you go read about the Jets this morning in the New York Post, it doesn't say thrilling Jet victory in Atlanta last night. It doesn't say the Jets, after 5 weeks, are playing better than 500 football. What it says is looks like we found ourselves a quarterback. Ray, good morning, Ray. How are you?
How you doing, Sid?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. I had a question for you, and I know he picked the right team to go to, but was Peyton Manning really injured like 2 years ago?
I mean, you wouldn't think so. The way he's played, it's unbelievable.
No, he can't be. I'm just wondering if you think, a conspiracy with that, because every time I watch him, there's nothing wrong with his arm.
Yeah. No, well, it wasn't his arm, actually. It was his neck and the vertebrae and all that stuff that had to be fused together, and certainly he did lose some strength in that arm, which, by the way, Ray, was pretty visible even to the layman, the naked eye, early on last year when he first came back with the Denver Broncos. But certainly in the second half of the season last year with Denver, he kind of looked like the old Peyton Manning, and you are getting the old Peyton Manning with the Denver Broncos this year. And he is having an unbelievable year, just unbelievable. And all his guys have stepped up. Demaryius Thomas, and now the star of his own show on the E! Channel with his beautiful wife and the very, very handsome Eric Decker. And who else is on that team? Wes Welker. And they got so many weapons out there, and it doesn't even matter that their number one pass rusher, a guy that amassed almost 19 sacks last year, is Vaughn Miller. He's been suspended for 6 games. They're going to win every freaking game anyway, all of them, because they'll go out there and score 51. I mean, Christ, what else does Tony Romo have to do? I know he threw a bad pick. We've talked about this a million times, and unfortunately for Dallas Cowboy fans out there, like my neighbor Jeff Cohen, listening right now probably with Ryan and the whole crew, that's what Tony does. He goes out there, throws for over 500 yards, throws 5 touchdown passes, really puts on a display that very few quarterbacks I've seen in 40 years can do. Even guys like Staubach and Aikman in the long, great tradition of Dallas Cowboy quarterback play. The difference is Staubach didn't throw that pick at the end of the game. Aikman didn't throw that pick at the end of the game. Neither did Danny White or Don Meredith. Tony Romo finds a way to do that. Peyton Manning is just outrageous. Lenny, what's going on, pal?
Sydney, what do you say?
Well, it's thank God it's Friday.
Hey, almost.
Okay.
Hey, that Jet game, very inspiring. It was great to see. And in true chronic form, I had Atlanta in my suicide pool. That's what I get for going
against my team. You took the Jets in the suicide pool?
No, I took Atlanta.
Oh, Atlanta, of course.
Yeah. By chronic.
Yeah.
And but it was great to watch. It was great to see Ryan in his press conference. He looked like he got a little bit of his bravado back. It was a little aggressive. That's how I like to see him. And in regards to the Somalis, what happened over there? You got a good show to watch on NBC on Monday nights. Blacklist, good show.
Yeah, it is a good show. Blacklist. That's on with James Spader, right?
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah, he looks weird too. By the way, he got very, very fat. It's not the skinny, really James Spader that was dealing drugs to Robert Downey Jr. in Less Than Zero, or even the little more portly James Spader in Sex, Lies, and Videotape. He is barely recognizable in this role. even fatter than he was on, what was that show he did with Boston Legal? But that is a pretty good show. But again, if you did miss the big news story outside of the government shutdown, which now goes into what, day 9? U.S. forces strike, I should say, in Libya and Somalia, and they get it done. They capture one of the most wanted men in the world, in an Al-Qaeda operative in Libya, $5 million bounty on his head, a very successful operation in Libya. Same exact Navy SEALs team that went in and wiped out Osama bin Laden, that Navy 6 SEALs team. They get the job done in Libya. Somalia, it did not go well. We came out of the water, and I guess they were ready for us, so something happened, and we had to retreat. Anyway, two big I guess, strikes by the U.S., one successful, one not. But even though the government is shut down, as you heard, the military continues to hunt down the people that want us dead, which is good news. 888-640-9385. Jets win. Major League Baseball stuff going on. NBA, National Hockey League as well. The Rangers back on the ice tonight. And your phone calls. A lot. By the way, the audience has been great today. From 6 o'clock this morning when we started this show, he must have taken 25 phone calls already. What the hell's the matter with you people? Don't you have a job or something? A school, something?
Participation, the cell phone.
Oh, these people can't wait. They set their alarm clocks for 5:57. They need Sid like you need penis.
Me?
Back right after this.
Broward County just got very busy. Not only do we have Hollywood Boulevard shut down at I-95 because police are calling this pedestrian versus the Tri-Rail train, but we also happen to have the Sawgrass Expressway shut down northbound before Atlantic Boulevard. Traffic's a service of Garmin. So let's stick with Hollywood Boulevard for right now. Right at 95 where it's closed, instead you can access 95 by way of Pembroke Road to the south, or to the north you have Sheridan Street. The Sawgrass Expressway, while closed north before Atlantic, you could stick with the Turnpike. No problems there northbound all the way into Boca Raton. And then in Dade County, it's just getting very busy. I have no wrecks reported on the major roadways. 95 is looking at about a 40-minute commute already. As you're passing Hallandale Beach Boulevard and Ives Dairy Road and heading down toward the Julia Tuttle Causeway, the 195, and that's for the main line. Only a Garmin Uvi gives you real directions, just like driving with a friend who tells you exactly where to turn by pointing out easy-to-see landmarks, buildings, and intersections, like turn left after the gas station.
Valerie Harper's Viennese waltz to the fun song Carry On was her last dance on the show. Her popularity couldn't overcome low scores from the judges. And while everyone backstage was sad to see her go,
I'm not sad. I'm happy to have been here for 4 weeks.
She may have been battling cancer while trying to win the mirror ball, but she told me she never wanted special treatment.
I think there's a fairness to it. If the show's about good dancing and achieving ballroom styles, I wasn't there yet.
And her fellow castmates like comedian Bill Engvall were just happy to get to know her.
I hope that I can someday be half the person she is.
Jason Nathanson, ABC News, Hollywood.
A little sad. Valerie Harper, who of course is battling cancer and has literally been given days, maybe a month to live, was in fact kicked off Dancing with the Stars last night. All right, Maestro, give me some music here. If we're going to do this, we're going to do it the right way or no? Or do we go right with the straight live read? What do you think?
We can do it the classic. Let me just get prepared for this.
Righty. All right. 888-640-9385. You want to talk about the Jet victory, Monday Night Football, any one of those 4 great baseball playoff games from yesterday. The government shut down our 2 strike forces in Libya and Somalia. You want to talk about television, The Voice last night, Dancing with the Stars, 20 years of private parts, all up for discussion. But first, this.
The vagina song. The vagina song.
Some of them are hairy.
We've got Bush.
Some of them are bald. Some are kinda scary.
Son of a bitch,
and
Danny.
This is what they're called.
All right, let's start with the Cheetah Palm Beach, now offering a free open bar. That's Sunday through Wednesday from 2:30 to 3:30 a.m. The Cheetah Gentlemen's Clubs are your NFL and college football headquarters. Cheetah Hallandale Beach. Terrific job here by Joe Rodriguez. Now open till 6 a.m., 7 days a week, and Sunday through Thursday, that's 5 of those 7 days, enjoy a free open bar and free breakfast buffet from 3:30 a.m. to 4:30 a.m. The Cheetah Gentlemen's Clubs in Palm Beach and Pompano Beach offering a free lunch menu daily from 11:30 a.m. to 3. happy hour till 6, and much, much more. There's always something great going on at Cheetah Pompano, your #1 destination for adult exciting entertainment. And of course it is. Anytime you get the father-son combination of Joe and Ricky Rodriguez together, specifically Ricky Rodriguez, you're going to have yourself a great time. Perfect for a bachelor party, divorce party, office party, birthday party. They do it right. For more details, head online to cheetahsofl.com. It's pretty simple. For the hottest and sexiest women South Florida has to offer each and every day, naked from head to toe. Eric Langell, you tell them where to go.
Cheetah!
Hey, where are the white women at?
What if I told you that you could get dental work from a top-notch American dental company in Costa Rica, enjoy a dream vacation, and still save 50 to 70% when compared to U.S. dental prices? Hey, it's Andy Slater, and I was skeptical too, until I went to Costa Rica to see it for myself. Costa Rica Dental Team, owned by American dental tech Mike Lomax, is just 2.5 hours by plane from South Florida. No need to speak Spanish. The dentists and staff at Costa Rica Dental Team speak English. From crowns, bridges, and veneers to complete full mouth restorations, Costa Rica Dental Team offers high-quality dental services at savings of 50 to 70% when compared to U.S. prices. The best part is that all Costa Rica Dental Team work comes with a 10-year guarantee. Visit them online at CostaRicaDentalTeam.com to view patient testimonial videos and available procedures. Call Costa Rica Dental Team toll-free at 866-694-6226 for pricing and to plan your Costa Rica dental vacation.
At Raymond Motor Cars, we know you have a lot of choices when it comes to buying a luxury car. We also know that it's not a decision you take lightly, because the experience of buying a luxury car is just that, the experience. For a limited time at Raymond BMW of West Palm Beach and Jupiter. New 320i, $249 a month. New 528i, $369 a month. With BMW's ultimate service, including maintenance costs for 4 years or 50,000 miles. For lease details and other specials, visit RaymondBMW.com.
Hey, it's Big O for Choice Mortgage Bank and the People's Mortgage Man, Michael Codsey, who's been coming through for so many here in South Florida and so many of our 640 listeners. You got to call now. Interest rates are so low, under 3.5%. Take advantage, folks. If you own a home and you're upside down, if you recently got declined by your bank, if you're getting the runaround from your mortgage company, call Michael Codsey. Here's his personal cell number, 561-441-2730. Stop throwing your money away in rent. If you're doing that, you're paying someone else's mortgage. Pay your own mortgage. Live the American dream. Build equity in your own home. 561-441-2730. Call them for a free qualification and consultation. Interest rates under 3.5%. Call the People's Mortgage Man, Michael Codsey. 561-441-2730. Rates and terms subject to change. Daily without notice. Equal housing lender. NMLS 133081. Choice Mortgage Bank.
Hi, Tony Segreto here. How about joining me at Hialeah Park and Casino's new exciting Italian restaurant, Bella Notte? I'm sure you remember Piero from the famous Mezzanotte on South Beach. Well, he's brought his magic to Hialeah Park and Casino. So make it a full night of entertainment, and when you're hungry, go to Bella Notte, located on the main slot floor. That's Bella Notte. Tell them Tony sent you.
Enjoy lunch or dinner in Hialeah Park Casino's Bella Notte restaurant, featuring the finest in Italian cuisine. Brought to you by the renowned Piero, formerly of Mezzanotte fame. That's Bella Notte restaurant at Hialeah Park Casino.
Get on the show. Call now. 888-640-9385. It's Sid Rosenberg on 640 Sports.
I'll just go out there, focus on my reads, stick to my fundamentals. You know, I've been in this situation time and time again. And, you know, it's just great to come out of here with a team victory, man. We bounced back from a tough one last week, and we got to put it behind us and prepare for a tough Steelers team.
You mentioned last week and all the turnovers, no turnovers tonight. What was the difference for you? What felt different?
You know, it's a mindset, and I made it my duty to come out here and not put the ball on the ground, not put my team in jeopardy. And, you know, it came down to a last-second drive against a tough Atlanta team on the road. But, you know, we stood up tonight, and, you know, that just speaks volumes about this team's character.
You told me that you believe that you were ready to be the quarterback of this Jets team. What did that last drive, this win tonight here, what does that do for your confidence?
You know, my confidence is always sky high. You know, nothing can bring me down. So, you know, I'm just going to continue to work, and we putting this one behind us, man. We get on that bus, we enjoy it for a little bit, and then we get back to work.
Chewing on a piece of grass, walking down the road. Tell me, how long you gonna stay here, Joe? Some people say this town don't look good in snow. You don't care, I know. Ventura Highway in the sunshine, where the days are longer, the nights are stronger than moonshine. You're gonna go, I know. Cause the free wind is blowing through your hair, and the days surround your daylight there. Seasons crying, no despair. Alligator lizards in the air, in the air.
How about Geno Smith? 16 of 20 last night, 199 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions, and most impressive of all, if the Falcons score and go up 28-27, gets the football back at his own 19-yard line with about 2 minutes to go, and after a couple of completions to Stephen Hill, Jeremy Curley, and a host of others, leads the Jets down. Nick Folk kicks the game-winning field goal as regulation expires. And in the most improbable and unlikely fashion, your New York Football Jets defeat the Atlanta Falcons 30-28 on Monday Night Football. And don't look now, but with all the talk around the league and locally about the Dolphins and their 3-0 start and Ryan Tannehill and blah, 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 Week 6, Jets and Dolphins, identical record. Hard to believe. Richie, what's going on, pal?
Sydney, morning. How are you, my friend?
I'm well. And you, sir?
This is Dickie Vitale Jr., baby.
Welcome back, Rich. It's been a while.
Yeah. It's good. I'm supposed to. Well, first of all, shout out to Lenny the Chronic. I got to tell you a couple things. Number one, I don't know about you. I guess I'm a little old school kind of guy. The NFL's not doing it for me anymore, man. It's sort of like they took and I agree with it because there's too many really bad injuries, but it's like tag football. Nobody could stop the pass. I mean, if Dan Marino played today, he throws 700 a game. Nobody can stop anyone, and it's really, really, it's not any fun anymore. It's like, I'm a college guy anyway. Give me some college football 7 days a week. I'm sort of done with the NFL. I got to tell you something else. They must have quarterback speak coaches because they teach these kids exactly what to say. It's a team game. We're going to get back on the bus. We're going to forget about this. You're not going to forget about this one. You had a great game. Enjoy it. It's like they take the fun out of it.
Yeah.
He didn't smile once. It's like somebody had an enema up his butt.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I hear you. I mean, good to hear from you again, Richie. The fact is, the kid was playing football at West Virginia last year, got off to a great start, had a miserable second half, and here it is a year later, and he's just beaten Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons on the road in Monday Night Football. You're damn right he should be smiling. It's a heck of a job last night. Heck of a job. But here's the thing about America: we're not supposed to celebrate. We're not allowed to celebrate. Because truth be told, we don't usually have a lot of success anyway. So don't celebrate because odds are it's going to get bad tomorrow. Is that right?
No. Well, Geno, that's been his MO the whole season. Is it's a team game.
Right.
I mean, he's always hasn't really talked about himself at all.
So anyway, talking about ourselves, yesterday we have Dave Hyde on the program. Dave Hyde, the very talented local writer for the Sun-Sentinel. He joins our show each and every Monday morning, most Mondays, I should say, to recap the football weekend. The Miami Hurricanes, fresh off a big win over Georgia Tech, they remain undefeated and very impressive, mind you, and the Dolphins, of course. And he came on to talk about the Dolphin loss to Baltimore, the Hurricane victory over Georgia Tech. And usually when we bring Dave Hyde on, we have a nice little introduction piece put together. And part of that introduction piece is a young lady who, what's what I'm looking for here?
Coincidence?
Yes, shares my last name. Thank you, sir. And it sounds a little bit like this.
Hi, this is Sid's daughter, Ava. Dave Hyde is a good writer, but he ain't no Lupica.
And Ava's right. He's a good writer, but he ain't no Lupica. So anyway, we came to find yesterday, after playing that little piece that Ava put together last year, that it really does bother Dave Hyde. So Hyde says to us yesterday, what could I possibly do to have Ava change her mind and even say that I'm a better writer than Lupica, which of course is nonsense. But anyway, so I said, listen, my daughter doesn't need your help, doesn't want your help, quite frankly, but she's running for student council, and it may be in your best interest, Dave, and I put it just like that, it may be in your best interest to endorse her. Put something in your blog, which is read by many, in the Sun Sentinel, to endorse Ava Rosenberg in her run for student council. Well, I did not realize that the student council elections were yesterday. Did not know that just a couple of hours after I gave Dave Hyde, I offered Dave Hyde that proposition to endorse Ava in the Sun Sentinel, and then, of course, I would have her change that little piece and have her lie and say he's a better writer than Lupica, which is ridiculous. I did not know that just a couple hours after that, that my daughter, Ava Rosenberg, would in fact win student council anyway.
Without his endorsement.
Without his endorsement, without his help, without anybody's help.
See, we knew he couldn't do it.
She's a rock star. She's awesome. So now Dave Hyde is in a very, very tough spot because now that Ava won without his help, and he did nothing yesterday throughout the day to do something about this. Now I'm thinking that Ava puts together 2 or 3 other writers.
Oh, my God, and awful. We should just have her say awful things about Dave.
Awful things.
A series of them,
Yeah.
and we can just run them
That's
all
right.
season long.
I mean, give me a couple of other writers that you think would really, really, turn the hair up Dave Hyde's ass if we started having Ava say, he's a pretty good writer, but he ain't no Dan Leviton.
Well, that one right there. I mean, the local guys would have to, right?
Right. How about his own paper? He's a pretty good writer, but he ain't no Omar Kelly.
That would gall him.
That's got to hurt.
He
That's
ain't no Chris Perkins.
Oh, the perk. You
Throw
start
the
going
perk man in.
Yeah.
So,
what about Armando Salguero? Would that bother him,
Yeah,
you
of
think?
course, I would have to imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, he considers himself above all those, right? I mean, he's the guy. Yeah, he's the...
Well, it doesn't matter what he considers himself. He is that guy. He's the go-to guy. I mean, Omar does just football. Perk does a couple of things. But I think, and maybe I'm wrong here, but I'm under the impression at least that he is kind of their go-to guy. Marlins, Heat, Panthers, Dolphins, Hurricanes. He seems to be the lead guy. And if we start to have Ava put together a series of rejoins that have just about, well, any writer in the country, I don't care who it is.
And who is his equal at the Herald? Is that Lebitard? Who's the Hyde? Who's the lead guy over there? Who's the go-to guy?
Maybe Greg Cody? I don't know. I mean,
you're just asking.
Throw him in there too. Why not?
Sure. We'll have a record.
I don't give a rat's ass. Find the editor in Topeka, Kansas, and let Ava throw him in there. What do I care?
A blogger somewhere on one of these ZMAX boxing sites. And I know he's on his way back from Subway. You heard that.
That would be funny. So maybe we'll have Ava come in one day on one of her days off and put together a list of literally 1,000 rejoins.
Just pound them with them.
If you have a friend out there that's a blogger, here's Ronnie Katz, he's no Cody. If you have a friend out there who's a blogger on any site, feel free to send in your information, and we'll have Ava cut the rejoin for Dave Hyde. Because again, he had the opportunity. He was off our program at about 7:30 yesterday. Is that about right? He was on 7. He was off before Adam Schefter came on. So from 7:30 yesterday morning until I got the phone call from Ava at about 3:30 yesterday afternoon. You're talking about 8 hours. He had every opportunity to do something, and he did nothing. Now she won without him because she's a rock star, my daughter. But now he's got to pay for this. He has to pay, right?
Well, what if he pleads innocence in the fact that he wanted to get it done, but his
no. We're about results here. We don't care. Effort. You can shove effort up your ass.
So
we're about results.
He can try as hard as he wanted to. If he doesn't get it done, he's paid.
He was a man. I mean, I would imagine a man in his position with his power being the number one writer at that paper, he must have even a little bit of autonomy, some autonomy. And if he goes to his editor and says, look, Sid's the man, and this show is becoming increasingly popular, evidenced by the amount of live reads I do every single day. I don't care about some stupid rating system that has 3 guys with a beeper in their pocket market walking around town. I do more live reads than Hockman, Zazzle, and Joe Rose combined. Every business in this town wants a part of this show, not theirs. So, Dave Hyde's got to go to his editor and say, listen, man, this is the guy. Work with Howard Stern, work with Don Imus, WFA, Baba, all the nonsense and all the legitimacies that make me a lot bigger than the rest of the guys in this crappy town. And he can't have some punk-ass editor tell him, well, you can't write Ava Rosenberg in the paper.
Well, either a punk-ass editor told him that, or he just decided not to do it.
Right. Either way.
He pays, right?
Oh, he pays. Hey, it's going to hurt.
Well, I can't wait to have her in and start recording these things.
Well, I'm going to Vegas tomorrow, so she can't come in anytime soon. But maybe I can work something out with Danielle to get her here next week. I don't know. We'll see. All right.
Just take her out of school for a day and bring her on in.
Well, it's much more important. I think her teacher, Ms.
Sure.
Falk, would agree. Listen, Ava's going to miss school today because Dave Hyde turned out to be a real wuss boy, and she's got to cut a bunch of rejoins, naming every blogger across the stretch. I don't care if it's even out of the country. You got a guy that blogs in Moscow. I'll do it. Ava will do it, I should say.
I mean, we could throw out the obvious names like the Bob Ryans.
Yeah,
they're too obvious.
But
he knows already.
Look, he's not on sports reporters, okay? So when you start throwing out Lupica,
Mitch Albom,
Mitch Albom, Dopey Eared Album, and all those guys already have a platform that Dave. It doesn't mean they're better writers, and I want to give Dave his due credit. He happens to be a very, very good writer. But those guys are on the sports reporters. They've already gone above and beyond. But when you start picking out bloggers, now you've really
get someone from the Palm Beach Post too,
right? Oh, Andrew Abramson.
There, see, yeah.
You eat his nuts.
Can't have David say that. No,
you can say that one.
I'll say that one. Yeah. All right. Yeah. And Dave won't like me, and right. I like Dave.
Who cares if he likes you or not? What do you care? Since when do you care what Dave?
You never know what he'll be able to do for me at one point.
Here's a good one from Dr. Katz about Skip Bayless. Oh my. If Ava cuts Skip Bayless, that's a day you have to retire. Could you imagine that one? Dave Hyde is a pretty good writer. But he ain't no Skip Bayless.
The best sports talk.
Sid Rosenberg, Dan Sileo, Andy Slater, the Big O.
Lock it here. 640 Sports.
640.
You know who's good to a lot of guys in town? The Refinery. That's right. ED issues, they get personal. Millions of men have this issue. You hit your 30s and your 40s, and all of a sudden, things aren't working like they used to. And that's a problem. You can go check it out on the website at refinery@bocaraton.com. It's a medical clinic exclusively for men, and it's the largest men's clinic in South Florida. It's at 2250 Glades Road in Boca. The Refinery, the men's clinic, is now offering a free office visit. Listen, they've got the right medications and the doctors who actually care. So if you have an ED issue and you want to take care of it so you can be that stud that she married years ago, you call the Refinery. 561-395-0600. You don't want it to last 2 minutes. If you can make it last 20, 30, or an hour or 2 hours, then you go for it. 95% success rate, folks. Tell them that Big O sent you. They'll take care of you. It's the Refinery. 561-395-0600.
Americans still owe more than nearly $800 billion to credit card companies. Some families are paying more than half of their take-home pay every month to credit card payments and still aren't paying down their debts. If too much of your income is going to pay credit cards and you're sick and tired of running on the debt treadmill with no payoff in sight, call and talk to a certified credit counselor at American Credit Counselors today. ACCI is a certified nonprofit credit counseling agency. The counselors are professional. Your call is completely confidential. Unlike other credit counseling agencies, there is no cost for you to get help at ACCI. The counselors will go over your budget and review your credit card and other debts to come up with a new monthly payment that you can afford and your creditors will accept. Make the call today. Toll free 866-383-2224. 866-383-2224. 866-383-2224.
All right, I just got an email from Chuck Todd, NBC Chief White House Correspondent. He will join us live at 8:30 from the White House, talk about the government shutdown, talk about the U.S. forces striking in Libya and Somalia, and, of course, the red-hot undefeated Miami Hurricanes as well. So we'll talk to Chuck Todd from NBC coming up live this morning at 8:30. The government continues to be shut down. Hey, something a lot of you guys don't want to talk about, and I get it, is ED. If you or someone you know is experiencing erectile dysfunction. Listen up. The Men's Clinic at Southeast Wellness Center in Fort Lauderdale, right off Commercial Boulevard and 441, is doing terrific work each and every day. Affordable pricing. Dr. Schwartz has come up with the best medication ever made. Trust me, I've been there. I've tried it. I've also tried the old standards, Levitra, Cialis, Viagra. They worked. They took an awful long time. They had a multitude of side effects, everything from headaches to my back was killing me, my legs were killing me. Didn't enjoy it, got to be honest. Not the case with Dr. Schwartz's medication. First of all, once again, it is cheaper. I know it sounds hard to believe, but it's cheaper than Viagra. It works much, much quicker than Viagra, and it affords you the opportunity to orgasm even more than Viagra. It's really an amazing, amazing medication. You're going to love the place. You will walk in and work in a confidential environment and guarantee, once again, they will guarantee the medication after your confidential consultation. That's right. Your medication is guaranteed. Get your sex life back. Call the Men's Clinic at Southeast Wellness Center for all the details today. That's 954-513-4646. 954-513-4646 for the Southeast Wellness Center, Commercial and 441, and the genius that is Dr. Schwartz.
Life is all about the journey, the experiences that form us, that make us who we are, from where we began to where we've arrived. At Brayman Motor Cars, we know you have a lot of choices when it comes to buying a luxury car. We also know that it's not a decision you take lightly, because the experience of buying a luxury car is just that, the experience. It's more than a car. It's an extension of who you are, what you've accomplished, your dreams, your goals. You've earned this. And when that moment arrives to reward yourself, you want the experience to be just as you imagined. Well, for over 30 years, Brayman Motor Cars has made your satisfaction our highest priority. For a limited time at Brayman Porsche of West Palm Beach, new Boxster, $598 a month, new Cayman, $698 a month. It's who you are. It's what you drive. Brayman Porsche. You've arrived. For lease details and other specials, visit BraymanPorsche.com.
You know who's good to a lot of guys in town? The Refinery. That's right. ED issues, they get personal. Millions of men have this issue. You hit your 30s and your 40s, and all of a sudden, things aren't working like they used to. And that's a problem. You can go check it out on the website at refinery@bocaraton.com. It's a medical clinic exclusively for men, and it's the largest men's clinic in South Florida. It's at 2250 Glades Road in Boca. The Refinery, the men's clinic, is now offering a free office visit. Listen, they've got the right medications and the doctors who actually care. So if you have an ED issue and you want to take care of it so you can be that stud that she married years ago, you call the Refinery. 561-395-0600. You don't want it to last 2 minutes. If you can make it last 20, 30, or an hour or 2 hours, then you go for it. 95% success rate, folks. Tell them that Big O sent you. They'll take care of you. It's the Refinery. 561-395-0600.
Now, more Sid Rosenberg on 640 Sports.
That whole shutdown is a big mess. It's a giant big mess. Today I read that Republicans were looking to Senator John McCain to negotiate a deal to end it. When asked if he could bring them together, McCain said, "Hey, I did it with the Pilgrims and the Indians." You've been around that long? Yeah, Republicans were hoping John McCain would help them get their way on the spending bill, because if there's anyone who can beat Barack Obama, it's the guy who lost to Barack Obama.
You know, I was listening to Secretary of State John Kerry today, said Iran must earn the trust of the United States. Iran? Hey, Congress can't even earn the trust of the United States. Okay, forget Iran. Thank you.
In an interview this week, Iran's foreign minister praised Americans, saying they are nice, peace-loving, generous people who come to the aid of people in need. The surest sign yet that the Middle Eastern nation is embracing Western sarcasm.
One very significant result of the shutdown is 70% of U.S. intelligence employees are off the job, which could make us more vulnerable to a terrorist attack.
Even the National Zoo in Washington is closed down. In fact, the only ones still working at the zoo are the pandas. Because, as you know, technically they work for the Chinese. So it's, you know, so they don't really work here.
There's
Chuck Todd coming up at 8:30. Here's Jeff. Good morning, Jeff. How are you, pal?
Hey, Sid, I'm always great when I'm talking to you. Among the myriad reasons that I love listening to your program is every now and then you'll throw out a phrase like toe in the rubber. I haven't heard that in, I bet you, 40 years.
I still love that. I think I heard that for the first time when John Matlack was pitching for the Mets in 1973, and I've held on to it for about 40 years. So there you go. There it is.
And then Michael will call in and he'll talk about the great Roberto Clemente.
Right.
No, I'm serious. Michael and I don't know, I might be a few years older than him, but we talk about Mays and Mantle and DiMaggio and Clemente. Nobody ever mentions the great Henry Aaron.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people still think to this day that he's the greatest ball player of all time. I mean, look, I'm not old enough to really talk about that with any real intelligence. I know that the people that I speak to that were, big-time baseball fans, Rabbit fans back then, say to me that Willie Mays is the best player ever, including Hank Aaron. But you're right, he is very, very rarely included in the conversation. I'm not sure why.
Well, I think and as far as I've been watching baseball since 1950. I was 12 when I started watching it.
Yeah.
He's the greatest player that I've ever seen.
Who's that, Hank or Willie?
No, Willie.
Okay, yeah, that's what most people. Right, that's what most people say. Most people your age say Willie Mays, no question.
He's the greatest all-around player.
Yeah.
Anyway, have a great day.
All right, thank you. I thought you were calling about. Thank you,
Jeff.
There you go. I thought he was calling about Skip Bayless, actually, because you were talking about all of the writers that we were.
That was what he wanted to talk about. He must have changed his mind.
Well, he got so excited about the Hank Aaron Willie Mays conversation that he forgot to say Jackie the Joke Man Gonzalez, who does a terrific job on our remotes when we do those. He chimes in and says, Dave Hyde, he's no Ira Winderman. Ooh, that one's got to hurt, no? Ira?
Sure.
Ira?
Dave has pride.
No, he doesn't. He's a writer. Writers have no pride.
He must.
I don't think he does. I don't think writers have a lot of pride. I don't.
No, why?
Or they act like they don't. I mean, nobody plays a better self-deprecator, if that's a word, than Le Batard, for example, who's got an ego that is huge. I mean, huge. But he plays the self-deprecating wonderfully well. I just did a really crappy interview. This sucked. That sucked. I sucked. Ba, 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 ba.
I was listening to ESPN yesterday, and they played a promo.
Then he'll sit in a sales meeting and tell everybody that outside of Shaq and D. Wade, he's the third most popular sports personality in town, which is a story that was given to me by not one but two salespeople in the old days at 790. So you got to be careful when people come on and act one way. And I happen to like Dan personally. I think he's a pretty nice person and a pretty decent guy, but he's full of crap. And they all are. See, me at least, you know what the deal is. I come on and couple, because I do think I'm great at what I do, and I am, and couple that with a tremendous amount of insecurity, and I come out and say the things that I say. I don't come on and tell you one thing, expecting you to believe another, like Dan and many others do. But what were you going to say? What is that? Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying I was listening to ESPN yesterday, and they played a quick promoing his show coming up.
Yeah.
And it was, ESPN has made a horrible mistake. They've allowed the Dan Le Batard show more afternoons at 4 or whatever.
Then you know what? Then if Dan is a man of his word, they made a horrible mistake, and he, in fact, thinks his own show sucks and don't re-sign.
I don't think he'll do that.
Of course not. John Burns checks in. Congratulations to Ava with Danielle's brains and your personality. I'm not sure about that, by the way. I'll go with Danielle's brains. I'm not sure about my personality. I think both of our brains, to be honest. She should set her sights on the White House.
Wow. So what is she, class president?
She is, yeah.
She is.
No, she's president of the United States, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
Obama's stepping down today, and Ava's taking over.
Government will start back up then soon, right?
We're going to restart the government. I've got news for Chuck Todd when he comes on at 8:30. He doesn't have news for me. I've got news for... No, she's actually, I guess, president of her class, yes.
Her class.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we're going to do some fun things together.
What are some of her platforms? Like, what is she promising the students? I mean, she had to buy some votes, right?
What do you think this is? Well, what do you think is going on here?
Well, I don't
know.
Is
she buy some votes?
I mean, well, you know.
She had a great slogan that Danielle wrote for her. A vote for you is a vote for me. Excuse me. I did that backwards.
I was going to say, I'm thinking of that.
A vote for me is a vote for you. That's pretty good, right? A vote. I mean, if you heard that, a vote for me is a vote for you. That's got to make you feel like you're included. You're part of it. It's a big cause. You're part of this bigger cause, right?
Well, I know that a lot of the students, you know, they offer some things to the students that that, you know.
Well, we were thinking about going with the Jesse Ventura.
More pizza at lunch,
right.
A longer PE, you know,
sure.
something.
We talked about that. We did talk about improving the food. We talked about, which is a big deal, mind you. We talked about doing some raffles and, you know, being that Daddy, of course, has great connections to sports and concerts and all that stuff, that she could make that happen. And truth be told, she wrote a 3 or 4 page paper that as part of her speech, you know, and in that speech, she did in fact talk about some of the things that she would do for the class if she did win. And I got to be honest with you, even though both Danielle and I gave her suggestions, she did a terrific job. I mean, really terrific. Having parties and having fundraisers and